Hotel Queen Leona Helmsley faced the music for tax evasion this afternoon. 4 years in jail and millions of dollars in fines. But Leona could have avoided a life of excess and crime if only she followed her heart instead of her calculator. Our Diane Diamond found the Prince Charming who still loves Leona, even though she sent him packing.
Follow me.
Some little-known facts about the woman who's come to be known as the Queen of Mean. She grew up dirt poor here in Coney Island, known then as Lena Rosenthal. She grew up looking across the river as they built a towering Manhattan marvel she would someday come to own, the Empire State Building. It was here in Coney Island Lena met the man who would, in the end, be her most loyal, lifelong friend, someone you never hear about. But more on that in a minute. The fact is, Leona has had a lot of men in her life. She first married Leo Panzier, a budding lawyer. They had a son, Jay, who died of a heart attack, it is reported, in one of his mother's hotels while having sex with someone other than his wife. Husband number 2 for Leona was Joseph Lubin. That didn't last very long. Then there was her widely known affair with the top real estate executive she worked for. But in 1972, she reeled in her biggest catch yet, an already married man, billionaire Harry Helmsley. Along with Harry, Leona got not only the Empire State Building, but lots of other prime pieces of real estate. Most notable, her $11 million Connecticut mansion.
She's never been nice to people.
Author Richard Hammer, who wrote a book about the Helmsleys, attended nearly every day of the Queen's tax evasion trial. And so did this man. Sam Orenstein from the old Coney Island neighborhood could have been, sure wanted to be, Leona's Prince Charming. He knew her when she was just Lena. In fact, he proposed marriage to her. When he showed up at the trial, Leona was overheard telling him to keep his mouth shut when reporters asked questions. We tried anyway. Mr. Orenstein, will you talk to me about Lena?
Funny, we did not know.
He and Leo Panzier were rivals for her hand. Leo won out. He married somebody else. And he said that if only Leona had married him, she wouldn't be in all this trouble. He would have taken care of her.
If only she'd married Ornstein instead of Panzier, Lubin, and Helmsley, she wouldn't have all this trouble. She also wouldn't have the Park Lane, the Palace, Dunellen Hall, or the Empire State Building.
We'll be back after this word from Leona.
In the tradition started by such powerful and irresistible women as Elizabeth Taylor and Joan Collins, comes an unforgettable new fragrance, so tranquil and yet so demanding, so intoxicating and yet so utterly unsatisfying, with an aroma that is as soft and smooth as the gentle pleasure of a woman's touch.
Where the hell were you? Do you know what time it is? I do not, and I repeat, do not tolerate...
Leona, its fragrance synonymous with perfection. For the demanding.
What? Am I supposed to put those on display and be proud of it? How about some roses? Come on.
And for the impatient.
Are you crazy? I just had this bed made. And where's the bed? Why didn't you lay on another bed in the place?
Leona. Oh, the smell and aggravation of it.
Our Anthony Kaleka came up with that one. Now, when we really come back, the War of the Spielbergs. The divorcing couple is doing more than making movies. They're making babies, but not with each other. Steven Spielberg and estranged wife Amy Irving have dueling productions on the way. But first, remember that Beverly Hills chic who painted all the naked statues on his lawn? Well, he's back. Sheik Alfazi is a prince with a purpose.
It is my responsibility to free cats.
He wants to save his feline friends by buying them $1 billion island, and it could turn the mansion of Julio Iglesias into the ultimate cat house.
When this is finished, I'm going to think about dogs.
The Prince of the Pussycats. That's tomorrow on A Current Affair. And finally, it's all over the papers and magazines this week. Steven Spielberg and Amy Irving may be in the middle of a $100 million divorce, but they're expecting babies, separate babies from separate lovers. They sure do things differently in Hollywood, but think of the movie it would make.
From the man who brought classics like Jaws and Indiana Jones.
There's got to be a fulcrum release lever somewhere. What? A handle that opens the door.
From the creator of Close Encounters, E.T., and Back to the Future. And moving romantic comedies like Always.
So tell me you love me. Please, 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 please. Tell me, tell me, tell me.
Comes a film like none before. Steven Spielberg's Opus Magnus. A screen epic that combines all the elements of comedy, drama, suspense, romance, tragedy, and fantasy. The master of the movies outdoes himself with perhaps the most amazing story he's ever told. The War of the Spielbergs. They were Hollywood's dream couple, a whiz-kid movie director and his beautiful actress wife, Amy Irving. They loved together. They lived together. They worked together. Then something went horribly wrong with the plot. He had a close encounter of his own with the beautiful star of one of his movies.
I could have been your greatest adventure.
Even the great mind of Steven Spielberg couldn't have dreamed up the havoc this forbidden love would unleash. First came the divorce battle. Then things got crazy. Steven went back to the bank as Amy won a mega $1 million settlement. Then things got crazier still. No angry words, no wild emotions. They chose their weapons in this unconventional war. Little bundles of joy. Before they're even divorced, word is Steven's having a baby with Kate. And now Amy makes her own sequel. She's having a baby with her own new love, dashing Brazilian movie director Bruno Barreto. But see what happens to the rest of the cast in this strange new drama. How will it all end? Don't miss War of the Spielbergs, coming soon to Eternity Ward near you.
That's it for tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night, everybody.